Alright, it's been a while since I've posted about this account. Actually, no, it's been like 3 days, but it's felt like a while because whenever I post a video that isn't related to the series, the top comment is usually talking about more episodes for the series. So it feels like a while whenever I miss a day or something. But yes, we are back. We are on 7.2. Well, on the YouTube series at least. More on my actual plans for the rest of this challenge in a separate video. But yeah. In this video, it's 7.2 completion, and 7.2 hasn't really stepped up from 7.1. In fact, it got easier because you can choose your boss. So that means I can just pick the easiest boss of the three and then just wipe him out with pretty much no issues whatsoever. And there is one thing that changed though. There is a big final boss, which is the Gwen Master in this chapter. Now, the Gwen Master was one of my favorite boss fights of all time. Such a great boss, man. So fun to go against. And the best part is, if you don't feel like exploring 7.2, there is one lane on the Gwen Master final quest that makes her a very cheesy fight. So it is a really fun time. But first, we have to get through these 5 bosses first. And Mole Man here is pretty much a joke of a boss. He has bleed vulnerability and he can be archangeled, so yeah, do the math. It's pretty straightforward. Archangel still just an MVP for this account. Such a good character, such a powerhouse for my account here. I really cannot imagine my account without him, so that one lucky crystal really did change everything. And then that generic gem as well, changing it even further because Archangel, when he's awakened, is unbelievable. One of the best signature abilities in the game, and even at Sig 6 is still very, very strong. So the fight is pretty much over now. The RNG was pretty bad to be fair in this fight, but it was still not that slow. He still does pretty well here. This was like a 1-minute boss fight, so for Archangel, arguably kind of slow, but he still did it. And that is quest 1 complete. So now we have quest 2, and this is an even cheesier Archangel matchup because this has heavy assault, and heavy assault with Archangel is just super wild, man, because check this out. The bleeds are supercharged, but still 1 bleed only. Archangel moment, you know. I like Archangel a lot more than I once did now that I have him ranked up on this account, but I still have my complaints with Archangel. Really strong champion, yes, of course, absolutely. Super RNG based, yes, of course, absolutely. Like, he isn't a perfect champion at all, but when he does work, he works so well. And I have to appreciate him, man. I can still have my complaints, but I still really appreciate him a ton. And he gets this fight down in about 40 seconds. A boss fight, by the way. So that's pretty crazy. Now we have this Hitmonkey boss, and Hitmonkey has heavy assault. And here I use CGR for whatever reason. I don't know why I chose CGR here when Archangel was obviously the better option. Yeah, a bit of a mistake on my end, but it is what it is. He gets some health down at least before I mess up big time, which not his fault, completely my fault. So here I drop the SP2. And yeah, some pretty nice damage, and then check this out. I missed the dex and he just one-shots me. So then I use Archangel because why not? He is the ideal option for this matchup, even though he's at low health. Should be not too shabby. And here we just get the best RNG ever pretty much. Like there we get some great bleeds. Here we get a poison, which is perfect. And then we get some more poisons after this parry, which is also perfect. And now the fight is pretty much over. But our health is pretty low, so gotta be careful with that, but we can manage by just throwing special ones and letting the stuns from the near toxins do some work, which they do right here. I just play it slow, go for a heavy attack, and the fight is now pretty much wrapped up. So not too shabby in the slightest. There I could have messed up big time, but he gave me mercy, man, thankfully. And that is quest 3 done of 7.2. So next up is this really fun fight. Just kidding, it's terrible. It's this Man-Thing. Now, Man-Thing has a ton of health at base, right? So that's always a fun time. But then he has Power Shield and Flare. Now, Flare, I thought it was supposed to one-shot you, but it didn't. It took out most of my health, but not all of it. And there, I miss a ton of SP1 dexes. I'm pretty bad at it, apparently. Like, right there, I get hit again, so that's a really fun time. I was playing terribly right here. I got hit again somehow. Like, I was getting destroyed by this man thing. But yeah, wait, why did I say it like... Okay, anyway. So this fight goes pretty well. I get the misses there, thankfully, because I can dex to save my life, apparently. And yeah, the fight is a very slow one, but Cassie Lang will get the job done eventually. She's pretty reliable, so that's always a fun time. And it is very slow. It is a very slow fight. Like, we're still going, man. He still has a ton of health left, which is amazing because it's Man Thing, and you can't do damage to him, apparently, because he doesn't like that. So... honestly, I just have flashbacks from the terrible Gladiator Circuit meta that was super annoying because Man-Thing was one of the worst defenders there, and I just cannot stand Man-Thing with a passion. But hey, he's down now, so that is my revenge arc completed, thankfully. And now we have this Dragon Man. Now, Dragon Man, no hate against him. I love Dragon Man, so this was pretty painful to do. But then I slowly started hating him because he is so annoying with this node, man. Stunning Reflection is the worst. I cannot stand it so much. And yeah, he has some pretty terrible AI as well, but he plays pretty good here at the start of the fight, but then he just doesn't. Like, he just turns off a switch and then he's just becomes so passive all of a sudden. But Cassie Lang does good here, at least, like pretty decent. And yeah, not too shabby. The power sting's still there. There I get hit for some reason, and then here he just plays passive. I lose all my stings, and then I just lose all hope, and I just give up because I'm pretty much just over it, man. But I give in like some more effort, but then I'm like, you know what, man? Cassie Lang just takes way too long, and I'm just like, look at the damage I'm doing, man. I'm not really doing anything, so I'm like, you know what? It's fine. Go to your SP3. I don't care. So I use Sandman here, and Sandman was probably a worse option, to be honest. Yeah, apparently science characters aren't the best for this Dragon Man who is a Mystic champion, so that makes so much sense, and I love that so much. So this fight is a slog. It's a slog and a half, but you know what? We're going to do some damage at least. Just try to get him down somewhat. And here I dropped the SP3, I think. Do I? Yes, I do. There we go. Look at that. And do I even get any damage going? I do get some. And yeah, I barely got anything there. So that's always a fun time. My battery's low and everything is just not going well. I'm not having a fun time, guys. I'm not having a fun time in the slightest. And then I croak. So there's a cherry on top. So let's try Omega Sentinel, because what can go wrong here, man? Omega Sentinel, pretty strong champion. She should do pretty well, right? And nope, I get dunked on, severely dunked on right there. So this is a great boss, my favorite boss in this game. 10 out of 10, would recommend that you just go in and play this boss because he's such a fun time, guys. But also Bloodstone does really well here, to be fair, so I can't really say too much about it because, yeah, if I just used Elsa, I would have had a much better time because she just wiped out that fight. So not too shabby there. And now we have the Gwen Master final boss. I am excited for this. So I went with the juiced buff, right? The juiced node, because the juiced node gives you a ton of damage. So I was like, you know what? Let's just try out someone here to get started. But first, I just scan her abilities, and the way she works is she has like 6 different class things, and they each have different missions to complete to remove her plot armor. And then once you remove that, you get a different class, then you complete that mission, then you keep on removing the armor and just completing the missions, and then eventually she'll just go down. So not the worst fight ever. Honestly, pretty fun. So yeah, not bad in the slightest, but the juice node makes things super fun because instead of removing the plot armor, you just get a bunch of furies and you do so much damage eventually that you can just one-shot her really fast. So yeah, enough reading, let's just try out a champion, and so I go with Sandman. Now he's at low health, so I wasn't expecting anything really out of him, but we'll see how this goes. So first up is a mutant thing, and there I get hit ASAP, so already a fantastic start. Just what you wanted to see here, man. Always a really grand time. So the mission here is to dodge a special attack while she has a prowess active. And you want to keep her in telepath form to gain prowess, but I didn't notice that, so I was just not paying attention, and I was playing terribly here because this is not what you want to do. You do not want to do this at all. I don't know what I was doing here even. I was just messing around, I guess, but here I dropped the SP2, and you want to do this because you want her to be in telepath form, and to be in telepath form, she has to have more power than you at pretty much all times. So I was confused. I was like, where's the prowess? And then I realized, oh wait, I probably have to like, you know, throw my special attacks or something, which I don't do still for some reason. Like, please get a grip, man. And then I eventually do, I think. Do I? Yes, I do, because here I throw the special attack, finally, and then I realize, oh wait, I'm supposed to do that. And so I start doing that. But the timer she has right now is really close to expiring, and when it expires, she just one-shots you pretty much. So gotta be careful with that. But we're almost done with this, thankfully. Just taking it slow, dodging the specials, and then, yeah, just one more SP1 needed, and there I get hit, which is very fun. I'm like, please don't throw this right now. So I drop the SP1, and then I can just dodge the special one from her, and that is the mission complete, thankfully. Really close to the wire, and I'm almost down, just like that. So here she drops the SP2, does no damage because the phase is complete. But look at the juice node, man. It is doing a ton of work. Like, we're doing 50,000 mediums or something. It's pretty wild, and it really does help make this fight a lot faster than usual. So this mission is to just hit her, and then get the counter down to 0, and then once that happens, you win. Hooray. And I think the reverb is for special attacks, so don't throw special attacks or else you'll be pretty much done for, right? But yeah, this one isn't too bad in the slightest. We're doing a ton of damage now, like 44,000 light attacks, and we are looking pretty good, man, but our health is still super low, so one mistake and we are just done for. And we almost have it done here, just one more combo and then a relic combo into a final 3 hits, and the mission is now complete. So here she drops the SP2, and now check out this phase, man. This is the science phase, so she has a force field, and you want to just do as much damage as possible. And we complete the mission in like 8 hits because we're doing that much damage. It is so crazy. And the final mission that we have is the mystic one. So we just have to knock her down in unique ways, like with a heavy attack, a special 1, and a special 3. And once that happens, then the mission is complete. But here she doesn't really survive. So yeah, it looks pretty good for us at least. So here I drop a heavy attack, and we are now looking pretty good, man. 140,000 heavy attack right there. You love to see it. And she is almost down. She's like at 8% health now. We drop the SP2. Some very nice damage there. And that ends the fight. And that is Act 7, Chapter 2 complete. So very, very nice stuff, man. Sandman, not the best option, but that shows that pretty much any character works whenever you have the juice node active. So if you want to do a 7.2 completion, then I suggest going for the juice node because it just makes things a lot faster. But not too shabby. I think that was Revivalist. I think I used potions but not revive, so I'll take it for sure. I gotta save those for Bahamut and like Scatalist because they look like pretty scary bosses. But now it is time for the rewards, and the rewards for 7.2 are honestly pretty bad. It's like a 6-star crystal, some tier 5 class catalyst stuff. There's like a 1 and 2 gem as well. It's pretty outdated, like very outdated, so it's alright, I guess. But let's open this crystal. Hopefully something good for a class that I need, like tech or something. And we get mutant, which we don't need right now, unfortunately. So not the biggest win out there. It is what it is, though. Not the biggest deal crystal-wise anyway. It's just a 25% crystal. But this can be a big deal because I need anything but cosmic. I already have 1 and 2 cosmic gem, and I have pretty much 0 good cosmic 6-star champions. So none of that, please. No cosmic. Give me tech, give me mystic, give me science, give me skill even. Just something decent, please. And we lands on a mystic gem, which is very solid for Diablo. So I'll take it, man. That's really, really good. Diablo, great champion, and he benefits a ton from the rank, so I will take it for sure. And now we have a 6-star crystal. I was debating that, but I chose not to. I was maybe going to do it to get like Dr. Doom or maybe a Tiger or something, but I just chose not to. Let's do a basic. Please something useful, man. A good champion. Maybe someone who is great for Skitalis, because she is going to be a pretty big pain. So maybe like a good prowess champion, or just any fun champion like Shocker. There is Ghost, there is Gamora, and we land on a 6-star version of Wolverine X-23. That's not what you want, man. That is not what you want in the slightest. So that is a pretty unfortunate time. But hey, we got 7.2 done. Gwenmaster is down. So now it's time for the first King boss, which is in 7.3. So that is up next. Let me know your thoughts on the 7.2 run. And yeah, that's about it for me.